All right, let's get to it. Now, what do you remember about working with the amazing Bette Davis?
Okay, first of all, I have to say I'm so proud that all these people are going to stay awake until midnight.
Yay!
And you're still listening. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, what can I tell you about Bette Davis? I met her when I don't remember. I was a teeny tiny itty bitty child person. I mean, she literally was my second mother. If she was on the West Coast, she was in our house. We were in her house. There was no concept of Thanksgiving in our house. My parents both being European, it didn't, turkey, what? No, not happening. So we would go to Betty's for Thanksgiving. And it was a production that, you know, just defies belief. We would arrive, the door would be open. Oh, here's an image. Betty. Jeans, chambray shirt tied at the waist, something like a do-rag on her head, cigarette, glass of scotch in one hand, other arm wrapped itself around my father, which is a trick because she was like 5'5" and my father was 6'3". So it was kind of wrapping around. My mother was tall too, so it was kisses, hugging, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I've been in the kitchen all day. Oh, you go. Children go into the library. No, excuse me. Children go into the, I forget what room she called it. It wasn't called a family room back then, but she had a name for it. Adults go into the library. The bar is open. Everybody is there. It's wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going back in the kitchen. I've been there all day working on the turkey. Yeah, no. No. Everybody takes credit for coming up with the idea of that. And just to clarify, because I saw them do it, my parents both loved cars. So cars that went fast, cars that looked good, cars that were convertibles that could go fast, that looked good through the countryside. That's what they loved. So if my mother was driving the car and my father was the navigator and she wanted a cigarette, he would indeed put 2 cigarettes in his mouth, light one, and pass them directly to her because she's too busy with the gears and the thing and the shifting and the whatever and the hand on the wheel and so on and so forth. If it were the reverse and my father was driving the car with the shifting and the stick and the clutch and the thing and the stick, my mother would put 2 cigarettes in her mouth and passed one to my father, mouth to mouth. That was truth. That was real. I remember sitting in the back seat and watching them do it. So Jerry and Charlotte, without being, you know, overtly sexual as we have now in films. Okay, I kind of like the old days better. You know, leave it to the imagination a little bit. But anyway, it was in the script, and it was awkward, and it was, he had to take 2 cigarettes, and he had to light one, and then give it to her, and then she had to light one and give it to him, and then it was a this, and a that, and a criss, and a cross, and it was just too much, and they had spent hours, and wasted hours, trying to figure out how to make this happen. And apparently, at the end of that day, my father came home, and, you know, you have dinner, you have a little glass of wine, you go to bed, and there's a little pillow talk, and my father was bitching, whining, and moaning about how this day had gone really, really badly. And my mother just said, well, why don't you just do what we do? And you got it. And there it is. So, any credit that is given for that business, little piece of cinematic history business should be given to my mother, because she just...
There you go.